Hey folks, this is Grant with Spring Creek Manufacturing, and today I'm bringing you our pop-in motor mount attachment. One thing specific about the pop-in, it's been in our product line for a couple years here now, but we're really excited to announce an adjustment change that has been made to this unit that we really feel will make it a more versatile unit and a more user-friendly unit as a whole. So for those who aren't familiar with the pop-in motor mount, one thing I do want to say specifically, this is not a motor mount at standalone for itself. So it's not like a motor mount that will be mounted to a Canoe or a Kayak as a standalone. It's an accessory attachment that's meant to attach to our Spring Creek Canoe stabilizer float package, our Spring Creek Kayak stabilizer float package, and our Spring Creek John Boat stabilizer float package. So stay tuned here and I'll show you a couple of the how it goes into those units, as well as the adjustment change that we've made to it. So as I mentioned, we made a slight adjustment to the pop-in motor mount. Now the adjustment that was made, for those who are familiar with the pop-in motor mount, you might say, well, it looks exactly the same. And in the design of it, it really is the same. Where we made the adjustment was actually to the block face that mounts to the frame itself. And what we did is we went ahead and made the block face and we slotted the attachment points. Where that's really beneficial and makes the biggest difference is now it becomes more versatile and it can fit to a wider variety of trolling motors and the way that their clamps fit on here. So whether it's an electric trolling motor or a gas trolling motor, a lot of them tend to have a varying range in their depth. So whether it's a little bit of a shallower clamp or a little bit of a deeper clamp. And so by making this attachment point, or making this block face rather, adjustable in height both up and down with those slots, it's going to just fit a wider variety of trolling motor clamps, and it makes them sit and clamp a lot more flushly to the frame itself. And so really simple to adjust that and get it to the height or the depth rather that you're looking for. All you need is a 7/16" socket. Just start by loosening up the bolts here that mount the clamps, or the block face, excuse me, to the frame. And you don't really need to do much, just get them loose enough so that they're not applying too much pinch pressure. And then you can either slide the block up if you're looking for a little bit of a deeper clamp, or you can slide it down if you're looking for a little bit of a shallower clamp, to make sure that that clamp is getting then on the back of that frame. Once you have the desired depth, it's just as easy as you did with loosening it. You just take your 7/16" socket and you just tighten those bolts right down like so. And now it's going to hold in place at the desired depth. So something that we really felt was an effective change and kind of a practical change, but it also kept the overall design and functionality of the pop-in motor mount intact without changing it too much. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video here, the pop-in motor mount itself is not a standalone motor mount. In order to be used properly, it's an accessory that's going to mount on the Spring Creek Canoe, Kayak, or John Boat stabilizer package. So to show how that works here, I just grabbed a Universal Receiver, which comes with one of those three, and then a float arm attachment and how that goes on. So those who are familiar with our stabilizer packages, really easily, a float arm just slides into the Universal Receiver from one end and then locks in place like so. That's how it slides in. Now when you're going to add the pop-in motor mount assembly, you utilize that same process without interfering with the adjustability of the tube. So what you do is you slide the button end here into one of the channel receivers so that it locks in place. You'll see there then the mount will be sitting flush and almost make an extension piece off of the Universal Receiver. And so then what that does is it keeps this channel free for the float arm. So what you do then is you just take your float arm through the end, just as you do normally, and you push down the push button, slide that through, and then that just slides right through the channel. You still get your full range of adjustment while still being able to utilize your floats and that adjustment. But now you have the opportunity to use a trolling motor mount off to the side. So that's the real simple installation of the pop and motor mount attachment that goes onto the universal receiver for, again, either our Canoe, Kayak, or John boat stabilizer package by Spring Creek, as well as showing you the adjustment range that you still get with the float arm attachment and how that slides through that open channel on the pop and motor mount, as well as the slight adjustment that we made that we feel is really for the better to make this unit a more versatile, user-friendly unit by making that attachment point adjustable up and down for the various depths. So if you have any questions about the pop-in motor mount or any of our other products that we offer, please give us a call at 218-735-8719 or visit us on the web at springcreek.com.